quite the team. Legends were made from that Fnatic roster, but it's a new time, it's a new dawn. It's 2019, and we're going to get this one underway momentarily here. Now, Alex is just having to fix the mess that Harry left him, which is a well and truly tangled headset. Alex, are you with us?
Could have just given it a little more love. He must twist his head. He must do backflips every time he puts his headphones on.
He does walk around a lot.
He is. He's a dynamic commentator. And it looks like we're ready to be jumping into this one shortly.
All right. Well, on the T side here for FaZe Clan, we have 2 smokes and 2 flashbangs. P250 has been dropped across to coldzera and Rain. So let's see how this arsenal goes on down as a grenade will tag a few of those members quite low early. That's the P250s getting chunked on down around that 50 HP mark on both individuals.
That noise gate's going to be a bit of an issue. I'm a whisperer. Smoke arrives on short, but already the charge is going to be led from Monster. Golden does find the first head, and he's not stopping there. Brokey caught on short. Finally silenced, but the damage dealt. Just Nico and coldzera. That's a quick one. And another opportunity. Dinks flush towards Graffiti. Bombs going down. Putting that P250 and Kevlar on Cold seems to be making a whole lot of sense in hindsight. Looking for a 2 versus 5 here. Nico and Cold up against it all. Brawling from heaven. Nico patrolling. They're taking their time. The kid's on Kriaz, and so they do have that luxury. Now they start their advance. They'll use Flusher to draw fire. Nico finds the head already. Kriaz gone. That's the kit they'll have to retrieve. And Flusher dies on that retrieval mission. Incredible between the two of them. Nico and Cold, 2v5 to start things off.
And that's the power that this duo can potentially have. These are 2 of the most potent individuals in the world at one point in their career. And if they can get anywhere near back to those dizzying heights, rounds like that will be more common than you could possibly imagine. But I just want to make a note there, Fnatic being very, very patient. If you take that long, you start to make the Ts wonder, whoop, is the flank a possibility? Are they coming around from T spawn? And you could see that coldzera having to check behind, Fnatic hoping they could capitalize on one of those timings, but it was not to be, and now they will be taking a full-on save. No investment whatsoever, but a 4-man B stack. And Rain's going to get inquisitive very, very early. 1 minute, 35 seconds left on the clock, and they've already posted 2 members up towards sandbags.
Yeah, I kind of like this this stack from Fnatic. It reminds me of like the VP cobblestone lineups of old with the USP. JW was the only exception to the rule, and well, he has been ruled out. Good work from Olofmeister, as now they are going to be caught and likely slaughtered. Brokey with his Mac 10, and that's going to hurt. Boop. Oh, they're down to 1. Brolan has some shrapnel in his skull, and now the rest has been finished off by coldzera. Lovely work. Precise to finish it as well with the sidearm. And so 2-0, FaZe Clan off to the start they were hoping for. T-side overpass, no less.
Yeah, they only lost the Mac 10 there, so not going to be the end of the world. We will be going into the first gun round now based off Fnatic having that full eco. So with that in play, we might see something a little bit more aggressive come out from the side of Fnatic, knowing they won't have a huge amount of utility to deal with any early aggression of FaZe Clan. As you can see, taking a look at the right-hand side of your screen, no defuse kits will be picked up. A bunch of smokes and a couple of Molotovs.
Gosh, they've got very little to work with. Utility level low.
It is the aggressive play. They're going to put 2 players down connected. You have nobody watching A, and they're going to see if they can find some trades. Brolin up close and personal.
It does look like, actually, Brolin's going to have the support in tow, but not enough. Rain with a double. Body shots is all he needs, and now the advantage firmly in Fnatic's hands.
Now, this is where doing your homework comes into play. That's the A defenders, both taken out of the round. So liberty should be taken towards that side of the map. Surprised FaZe Clan haven't gone a little bit more aggressive, grabbing some toilet control.
Unfortunately for coldzera, he can't quite be the first man in. Certainly not if he wants to play the thinking man's game of Counter-Strike. Bomb on his back, he has to wait, and it's actually Nico to partner up with him to start the clear. Slowly crawling, spreading the creep as if they were Zerg throughout the map. Getting that control and getting it for free at this point in time. To contest and to change that is Flusher, however, could be caught in transition. That's a reaction and only 1. Damn work from Rain. 3 now in this round, the 3rd round and 3 frags. Just Kriaz and Golden, though. Golden has managed to arrive on the scene. The bomb yet to do so, though. Where is it? It's on the bomb, the back of Nico. He's going to be planting that. The flank, however, is still a threat. I saw Brokey just for a moment. With that Mac 10, he's starting his crawl. The action, however, continues with Rain, tags him up, and Nico will knock him down. All onto the stand-in then. Kriaz yet to find a frag, and he changes it immediately. Info on Brokey's flank. Now he's piecing it together, and he does have time. No kit, unfortunately. No Molotov from the tees. Time half gone. And Kriyan's making no secret of his location. Gets given the fight he was hoping for, and that's not bad from Brokey. He'll take an AK into the next off that.
Yeah, that got dicey for a little while. There obviously no defuse kit in, so I didn't think the player would have been able to make it the whole way through, but Brokey, unfortunately, couldn't grab a lucky timing to just be able to get the kill nice and easy. Had to work for it. Had to get that MAC-10 to its all power. And, well, this is the early exchange that we saw. And, look, to understand why Fnatic needs to do that, if they just sit back in a default spread, you know, maybe play 2 toilet, then play the rotations when they get smoked off, they take contact, they'll just get whittled down. And FaZe Clan had all the nades they possibly needed, so they can late round execute. And that isn't where you want to be, right? You want to make sure that you can either find yourself an opening kill, make things a little bit more interesting. Unfortunately, the Treads didn't go that way, as Rain made very easy work of them. And once again, up towards Sandbag within a minute 30. So putting pressure on this side of the map is something we saw yesterday against the likes of Hellraisers. They want to continue to do it here. And if somebody wants to peek, they'll be offering their head on up. But they seem well aware. No one overextending at this point. So Rain's going to get a little bit more curious. And oh, I wonder if his shadow gave him away there, Alex.
Yeah, I think you might be onto something there. Kriyan's had the pre-fire, but he actually used that shadow to his advantage, gets the information. And now a re-advance, 2 of them partnering up, and the Molotov arrives just as that is a conversation they've had. Bomb's way, way back, though, and Brollan, in the meantime, taking a long-range fight versus Nico and succeeding. Oh, and he's not done yet. Brollan, another. Now he's got a rifle. It's a Krieg, his signature weapon, no less. This round has gone from almost impossible to almost likely. Brollan, loses his head in the blink of an eye. coldzera equalizes and takes the best opportunity for Fnatic out of the round.
The question is, did Olaf see 2 members on the death cam? Because that'll mean that... Oh, okay.
Pop.
You love to see it. You don't hate to see it, that's for sure. As they're going to walk on a B, they've got the bomb right now. Brokey and Rain are going to mop this one up. Maybe they were rotating over towards that A-bomb site to pick up the rifles in which Nico and Olaf dropped respectively. But right now, Flusher and JW don't have too much left in their hands. Flusher with quite literally nothing. And coldzera will just babysit this rifle, making sure that it can't be picked on up. If we look at the money right now for that of Fnatic, so we've had one gun round where they couldn't afford all the goodies to put up a clear defense. Right now, they will be going into round number 5, and they should be able to buy everything they need. JW with 2650 in his back pocket. Should mean with the max loss bonus that they will be getting right now, he can get out the AWP.
Cold is really, like, he could have thrown out the rifle and picked up the other one, but he wants to catch JW on this retrieval. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Good damage from J-Dubs, but all the same, it works out well for Cold, gets another kill, and takes JW out of the round.
So now we just saw that JW had about 6,000 in the bank there. For those of you newer to Counter-Strike, the AWP cost 47.50, so we will be able to get that and maybe some nades or Kevlar behind it, depending on what his focus will be early in the round. Brollan as well, in the past, one of the things which he does very, very well is aggressive plays up through long and taking duels in towards party. So let's see if FaZe are ready for that and how they're going to deal with that kind of aggression if it is something that comes out early. Well, it didn't come out early yesterday for Fnatic, but we know it's in their arsenal. We know it's in their back pocket.
And there will be a tactical timeout called.
Sammy! His name's a bit long to fit on the back of a shirt, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess they were like, Samuelson. Okay, what else can you do? What else have you got for us? I mean, imagine if I actually asked people to call me Alexander at all times. That would be...
We could start it. It's a bit pretentious for my liking.
It is a bit exotic, isn't it?
All right, JW hasn't opted for any grenades. He's just gone for, one smoke and that of the head armor. So the full investment right there, thinking that maybe some MAC-10s could be left out. That missed Molotov might be giving a miscue that the aggression could be later than it possibly is. They didn't have to hear a smoke extinguishing it, so maybe thinking the T's will be held at bay by that one. But right now, FaZe are in a default spread. 2 players over towards Playground, Olaf overseeing from T-Stairs with the AWP, Rain with a duty to clear out Connector, and Brokey, well, he gets to babysit B, because that part of the map you want to negate any pushes and give the info of how many smokes, how many Molotovs have the CTs used on out. So Nico can make a bit of a mid-round call.
Yeah, given a lot of control, though, for now, and Brollan and Nico.
Oh, dear. The timing.
Exchange, yeah. If Nico gets his timing right, is he really just going to W through the smoke? No, going to let it fade and then start the clear. JW doesn't have any info, and he's going to get a boatload now. Brollan eats lead. And with him dead, 4 remain for Fnatic. 50 seconds on this defense already. Going to forego a lot of control and a lot of information. Long completely succumb to the Fnatic control at this point in time. JW still lingering in toilets and actually has an opportunity to catch at least one here, but flashed off. Great fundamentals being displayed by FaZe Clan here. The support of Flusher, but the nade is perfect. No need for bullets. Great work with their utility. Cuts them down to size, and now 3 CTs remain.
Yeah, and they've all rotated away towards this A bomb site. Well, guess what? It's all a ruse because Rain and Brokey, they've been holding off towards Water and Monster this whole time. And, well, Golden knows the jig is up now. He's pushed on back in, has to go huge.
God, what could you possibly do? A smoke from his teammates. They're going to push just ahead of it, and it's a double kill to seal the deal. A 5th round for FaZe Clan. Lovely stuff. Enjoying watching them work on the T side at this point in time, this juncture. Nice work from Nico in particular. You see that smoke in toilets, and then having the audacity to not only just tuck yourself into it, but just lying in wait. A lot of players are starting to really get that sixth sense as the smoke fades and playing around it.
Yeah, well, now we've moved away from the radar showing up first who's in the smoke, so teams and individuals can exploit it because it becomes a 50-50. And if you know that a player likes to play in that part of the map, what tends to happen is individuals look at a smoke and they treat it as a wall. Well, it definitely isn't a wall. Players want to use it to their fullest of advantage, and there's one of those scenarios where you can exploit it for the better. Just going into round number 6, to note JW is yet to get a kill, sitting on 0-0-5. And as an impact player, as someone who is a high contributor in terms of opening kills, he needs to get online for Fnatic so that they can start stemming the bleeding. Because, look, this is still a CT-sided map. We saw FaZe yesterday with a fantastic CT side against Hellraisers. We know that they can get a lot of action done. And all the notes that you're making about, you know, the flashing for each other and all that kind of stuff, that's a good element that FaZe have been bringing in or working on bringing in, is more of the team play element as opposed to the run around, have 5 stars who can all headshot. Do it as a team. Make it a little bit easier on yourselves.
Well, they can't do it as a team today, at least not for Fnatic in round 6, because it's just the M4 from Flusher, preserved from the round prior, and hoping that they can play around that. Not currently present towards the A site. He's actually floating between the 2 of them, and that's a quick catch from Rain. Kriaz was trying to reposition, but now Flusher to fill the void. And by seeing that Molotov thrown, that might be enough information as to where the rifle is that they can try and clear. Oh, look at this angle from JW, no! Oh, that is bitter. He won't want to swallow that. He had the opportunity, no one looking at him, and instead the boost doesn't quite work out. Flusher will get the information all the same, and now just 3 CTs remain for Fnatic. They have the information, they have the kills, and this round could very well be the 6-0 start on the T side. To change things is Flusher. And aggressive, he's not going to be ready for Rain. Doesn't even find the first onto Brokey instead. Just 2 remain.
I guess we can start talking about the common themes here that FaZe have been bringing out early, and that is Rain grabbing that sandbag control very early. Yeah. We saw it yesterday, and we saw one round a little bit prior, where Cold Zero will also come in tow. Cold Zero watches over towards the monster side, while Rain is looking more towards the pit, more towards that barrel area. So if somebody tries to swing to get the off angle on Rain while he's busy, Cold is there to trade or make sure that that doesn't happen. Now, if you're Fnatic in this situation, you have to deal with this, because if he's taking that position on the map with 1:35 seconds on the clock, you have to respect that. It means that you can't rotate around the bomb site as freely as you'd possibly want, and you have to start expending utility quite early, because it's not an easy angle once he's already established. So let's see how they want to deal with that. The AWP will come out again. Finally, we have all the goodies. Diffuse kits, grenades are plenty. Here it is.
W, 12 HP after his adventure through the flames. Still yet to find a frag. His second venture on the AWP, his signature weapon, and oh my God, straight through the smoke, Brolin. Fist to desk, perhaps. It's a horrible way to go. His teammate's low. Now, with their, oh no, more bullets through the smoke. This time it's Rain who does catch a couple into Flusher. 75 seconds, and the bomb's still at spawn. FaZe are in no rush here, Chad.
Not at all, and they don't need to be, because look, Fnatic are hemorrhaging. That early risk from JW.
What was that about? You wanted to try and contest Rain, as we've been talking about?
Yeah, and I think he just got there a little bit later than what he was probably imagining. That Molotov, it lands just as CT's getting there, and if you can, you know, get through it, you shouldn't be taking that much damage. But the risk with the AWP is in the sense of, even if you are on 12 HP, normally if you miss, you're dead anyway. Yeah. But if he cops a grenade, if another Molotov lands anywhere near his position, he burns on down, well, that's going to be as quick as you like. And we've seen some smokes over towards A right now, both of which are just used to obscure the vision.
Another.
Or give you a chance to find a kill through the side of the smoke.
I believe so, yes. Flusher, he started to throw a couple of speculative bullets and he gets a whole lot more than he bargained for. Now JW, low HP, but does not dissuade him from the fight. Finds Nico. Broky's going to be making the call that should be B, it should just be one, and Kriaz left to his own devices, being hunted from every direction. Rain missing some important bullets, which puts Kriaz back in the chance to find another. coldzera's gone down. 3 versus 3 as the bomb is planted. Rain through the wall. How did he catch that? Golden's gone. Kriaz, they know exactly where he is. JW's low. He's going to have to do his very best to catch Brokey here, and he does, keeping things competitive. Kriaz, however, does have to be proactive. Start this fight, and back turn does find Rain, all onto one. It's Olofmeister. There is no smoke available. Sure, there's a kit, but Olof, if he gets this right, he has to win the duel versus JW. Oh, it's close quarters. Deagle into the head. Kriaz falls off the bomb. He goes hunting, and Olofmeister. Beautiful work with the sidearm. He's got a graffiti on that site for a reason, an affinity for it. And this time it was them that couldn't defuse.
Well, it's not looking good at all for Fnatic. Yesterday, however, things started pretty poorly for them on Nuke, and they were able to bounce back and still get a respectable first half. But they just look like they're getting blown out of the water before they can even take any fights. We're seeing them getting owned.
Yeah, and this is actually a really nice example of something that we've heard Cold and Nico talk about, as well as their coach Yanko. That there is now this lovely support structure for Nico in the form of coldzera. It was a role he fulfilled with Fallen in his road to the world #1 spot in SK, MIBR. And that kind of second leadership, that second pair of eyes with an alternative view, I think that's something that I think is a big, sharp tool in the toolbox for FaZe Clan if it continues to develop.
Yeah, everybody in this roster, right, should be able to contribute to some level. And obviously coldzera and Olof, they've both won majors, both won multiple majors. Those two will have a lot to chirp up with, I would assume, and I think that the relationship that we do see, at least socially, from Nico and Cold means there's a level of respect there on more than just that of playing. So their dynamic together will be one to see how it grows in the future and how they continue going with Yanko as the coach. But right now, another one of these rounds for Fnatic where they upgrade some pistols and they have a saved... Well, no, Kriaz has actually bought on into this.
Ooh. He's looking to be the Superman. He was boosted up by Flusher, but no early contest. Instead, this is more of the default. They leave Brokey alone on B, typically. Back in the day, this was the role that Nico fulfilled. Now, giving it to the newest addition to FaZe Clan. JW's got the off angle, and Olof's looking so sharp today. Wallbang not far off from finding Brolin as he continues to maneuver through the smoke. They are cognizant that there could be another hit.
Yeah, Brolin's on an island right now. Look at the radar. There's no one even close to help him. If he gets one kill, he's eventually going to be traded. Yeah.
That's horrible.
They're just falling like flies across the map here. So unless something insane can happen, FaZe can, at this point, with 40 seconds left on the clock, group up and trade out. You don't need to do anything silly. You know, you don't need to be spread across the map at this point. When you have a number advantage like this, if you go into a bomb site and you're trading 1 for 1, well, simple maths, ladies and gentlemen. You'd be winning the round 2-0.
I guess that's just how the cookie can crumble.
Or 3-0 if you get the first kill. You know, these things can go either way, but I don't expect a lot happening here, as there's the initial trade. Kriaz maybe will think better of this situation, knowing now the bomb will go down. Even with 10 seconds left, there was not much opportunity for him to get in there and try and stop that plant, and he should hold on to this M4 if he can. Brokey's in a position towards top connector where if he wants to double on back and try and cut Kriaz off before he can get towards T-spawn, he will just get there in the nick of time if he starts getting the move on right now. This is going to be almost everything here. Sees his feet.
Ooh! Excuse me. Horrible feeling when you're getting, your toes are getting shot at. You just can't do anything. You're mashing. I was going to say mashing jump, but of course you weirdos have it on scroll wheel. Golden, good shot. Actually, Brokey has delivered a VIP package to Golden for this save. He's going to be able to take a Krieg into the next CT round, and that is truly the dream weapon of choice. So that's something. That's a silver lining, but otherwise this is a rather dark and bleak cloud.
Yeah, yesterday we saw Fnatic do a 3-man A-lane when they were having trouble holding onto the defaults. So maybe we'll see something similar come on out here.
Okay.
They do have different moves in their arsenal, but that would mean this B bomb site will be a lot weaker. So let's see what FaZe Clan want to go for here. It will be the 3-man A lane that I was literally just talking about. So
Feels good, right?
sometimes you get them right, sometimes you get them wrong. Now, that Molotov might be a bit of a tell that Fnatic do want to get aggressive here.
Oh, I like this from JW. If he sticks around, it's almost a guarantee onto Nico. Brolin posturing on long. Will keep coldzera caged, but the flash is so good and back turned. Cold and Nico working together. Seamless partnership, and you can see that those partnerships are all across the map. The hold on monster between Brokey and Olof looks potent as well. Flusher looking to fill the void that JW has left in middle and actually forced to back away just a little bit.
I think they're going to gamble stack B here because we've already seen Flusher start rotating and Brolin's there on the scene already. So they're just gambling for a late B finish. And if it's not, I assume they'll just hold on to their rifles. But with how committed Brokey is...
I kind of like that though. He's there so early.
So much information as well that they have no idea what's going on in Monster. Brokey has all of it. And with Olof overseeing, even if a flash comes in, it won't be getting him.
Look at that Molotov.
Oh, a little bit too deep, though. Just a tiny bit too deep. And Brokey might think that's clear as he rounds the corner. But, well, that is definitely clear.
Yeah, speaking of clear, Nico's got that information. Now Brokey goes down. That's going to do nothing but cause the CTs to hunker down even more. The bomb on its way, I assume. Hang on, where is Olof Meister?
Split B? Through spawn?
It does feel like that. Look at Nico's position. He's crawling. Oh my God, call him Sam Fisher, and he does find the first, tap it away at the second. Eventually, 2 heads do fall, and so will this round. Flusher thrown into a 1 versus 4. Already makes it a little more manageable.
They have to go B, though.
1v3, they have to run into his domain. He can hear the dropping, and it will be resolved. coldzera finds his 11th frag, and the fist bumps are in. Close, though. I mean, Fnatic, they nearly caught FaZe off.
You can't argue with a classic strategy like A to B split. That's a classic one. You really, yeah, we see that one all the time. So when that kind of round comes out, you know that they're pulling out the basics, the fundamentals, that's for sure. No. But Fnatic to take a gamble in that situation because nothing's been going in their favor thus far anyway, I can respect it. And seeing if maybe after knowing all the tendencies of FaZe, if they get a pick here, they like to rotate this way. Maybe that's what came into that situation. But there's a reason we call them gamble stacks.
Yes, and as most would know, by definition, a gamble, doesn't always pay off. Nice work from Brolin, though. He's charged straight up middle. coldzera to contest. He's thinking that there could be another. JW with some aggressive AWPing, and Fnatic bringing the fight to FaZe for their first round. Just 2 remain now. Brokey will be in tow. Rain the first. And they aren't clearing Kriaz out just yet. I think they've solved this mystery, though. They know there's going to be one there. And finally, never mind. Still tagged up and not fragged. Kriaz escapes into the smoke. 15 points of health as his team Scarpa to try and support him. He's playing a fantastic game of survival here. The stand-in has done it all. A double kill with just the CZ. And he'll have a Krieg to treat himself for the next.
Yeah, what a wild one to go down there. Finally, Fnatic being able to get something on the board, and it's through sheer aggression and maybe catching FaZe a little bit off guard. You can see Olof there was not expecting that one whatsoever.
They were like, as the smoke cleared from the molly, you just suddenly there was 3 CTs barreling you down. I mean, that's a hard one to deal with.
Giving her a bit of a was up.
Yeah, and let's see that from Kriaz, the second frag as well. Great maneuvering around the site to keep the fights favorable.
Let's see if that's all Fnatic needed to kind of... another Molotov that's missed over towards those stairs. So something that needs to be looked on, something that needs to be definitely worked on is Olof will be getting on the top of this totem pole right here. Only just holding onto the wall. And, well, I think teams nowadays are pretty cognizant that this is on the cards.
Well, we saw actually, when Fnatic were boosting up the Kriaz rifle, they were doing it in the safe boost. You can see just to the right, it's masked by that train wall.
Wait,
coldzera just killed Brolin, pushing all the way. Well, that's rare. So that aggression's going to get Brolin a lot of information. Just watch as the blue dots now work with that information they've been given.
But they just lost everything. Yeah. Because there's no way they can rotate back towards A to make sure they haven't lost all the territory that Brolin just covered.
Yep. They're going to start using util to do it, though. They're not falling too foul. A molly party, deep flashes towards long and middle. They're trying to regain the control that Brolin has just gifted his team so early in the round. That is, of course, the one risk of going for a 4. I think it's actually requires all 5 to make that boost a reality.
Well, this is all timing right now between JW and Nico. The door being blown on open means that...
Oof, lovely work.
Okay, well, Flush is pushed up in the toilet. He's clearing all that out towards A, so they're going to have a really good idea that hit will be coming towards B, and that's going to put pressure on Kriaz, who's holding Sandbag. He's going to have to get a multi-kill from this position, otherwise they're going to be locked on out.
He's got the support of JW. The Molotov, however, will force him to fall off. It's a perfect use of the flame in a bottle. a smoke to follow it up. There is a gap, but not anymore. Oof, still into the calf of coldzera. Bomb will go down. Flusher shuts him down, puts it into 2. Olof and Rain up against 4 members of Fnatic. Now just 1. Rain has to do it all. They charge through. No worries. And Fnatic will find 2 in a row, no less. The double AWPs coming out and finding success. JW with 1, Golden with 2. Looking to stabilize on their CT side of our first map in this series.
See, they just needed the confidence. Yeah. They just needed 1 round on the board, and then they seemed to snowball from there.
You call it 9-6 then, Chad?
Look, in a Fnatic world, anything's possible here. I'm not going to rule it out, that's for sure. But it was a nice shot there from Golden as the smoke started to fade, and it was the AWP duo that kicked things off here. We did mention we needed JW to start getting on that scoreboard, and well, he's up to 4 kills now. Still the lowest on his team, but he...
This is the model that's been failing. Not today. There we go.
So maybe it's when they're a little bit flurried on needing to use it. But this is a fast B set piece coming on in, and 3 players to defend.
4 smokes flying in towards the site, as is Rain. Kriaz, he's just holding down mouse 1. He knows it's supposed to be quick. JW, however, caught off guard. That's the first for FaZe in this one. Are they slowing down? Bron's already on the flank. My goodness, he is knife out and fragging out. Nico already shot down from behind. Brolin gets another. Not dissuaded from his previous shortcomings. He's going for it again. And this time, coldzera will stop it at 2, but the damage dealt. He's got 2 against 2. And the bomb loose on Monster. It's almost impossible. With 33 points of health, Kriaz is just going to have to put 1 bullet in his direction. Golden with the AWP in tow as well. One of them's surely going to find the bullet necessary. It will be Golden in the end. And so 3 for Fnatic on the trot. They have broken their silence and now roaring to end this CT half competitively.
Yeah, so 3 in a row is going to start damaging that money situation right now for FaZe. Even if they were sitting up towards that 12, 14K mark.
Brolin's got that 3 times now. Like, how is he getting the Q? There must be something that Fnatic don't throw when they're doing that.
The aggressive play.
Yeah, he's done it. He seems to, whenever they don't go, whenever they're doing their heavy B lean, he's already like Wing to fountain.
He likes to go aggressive up long. It's a good fight for him to take as he peers around that corner and takes it into playground. He tends to be something he's quite successful with. And if nobody's there, if they are just playing one individual, kind of watching from the stairs section over towards party, that tends to be what you do if you're just doing a default where you do want to lean very B heavy. They are not usually looking for the long duel because people going super aggressive long, that's much more rare. You're used to the playground jump, the party jump up where the AWP goes over the smoke. But look, JW quickly came from his aggression straight down connector, and that gave another opportunity for Brolin here to come on through and pick up 2 big kills and put the nail in that coffin. So right now, FaZe Clan, even though their loss bonus is starting to build, their bank, well, it's gone the opposite direction, and now we're looking pretty even keel across both teams' economy. And it'll be the 3-man Alien again. So 2 Molotovs, 1 into playground this time, and 1 for T-Stairs. And okay.
Look at that.
We had an even trade, but the TK from Rain onto Nico means it will be a 3-on-4 situation. Good way to start the round from Fnatic here.
Yeah,
Don't have to rotate around too much.
I think Flusher's going to be a bit upset he didn't get the second. He felt like he deserved that one. And of course, taken from him by Rain as he shut down his teammate. Collateral damage, it happens. And smooth moves from Olof as he looks for some aggressive AWPing. JW's just on the other side of that wall, though. And as the smoke fades, he just about worms his way to longside toilets. They'll clear this. Likely with the utility. Brokey does have a flashbang if he wants to set them up for this, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Cold to swing on it.
Oh, they might go dry here. They're second-guessing this flash.
Oh, and plucks him out of the air. JW not done yet. The shoulder peek from Olof draws the shot. And now he's posted up. JW will have to start maneuvering some utility of his own. And, ooh, gosh, he is just playing with Olof at this point in time. Does get tagged up and look to finish it with a sidearm, and it's really starting to spiral. Now 2 versus 2. Brokey in towards the site. He knows Golden's got the AWP and wants to close that gap. Kriaz from behind. He's going to be a little late to the party unless FaZe, slow this one down. Bomb will be going in. Smoke to cover. But I think Brokey, he might get a sound cue depending on Kriaz decides to go silent. That's the info he needed. Shuts him down all onto Golden. 1 versus 2. He's been known to have impact, those impact frags in a 1v2. Well, there's not much more impact than a clutch. Brokey on site, all off to trade with his low HP. It's a good setup. I think the kit's on Kriaz on long. But he's running out of time and health. The bullet finds his brain, and 10 for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, Kriaz showing a little bit there of, I guess, the fact that he is a stand-in, the fact that he is a newer player to this echelon of Counter-Strike, coming that quickly up long as the bomb had just been planted, maybe not necessary. Right. Could have taken his time in that 2v2. He's coming from a more of a sleeper position, right? Somewhere which would have been one of the last to check. So I'm not sure if his noisy elephant footsteps gave Brokey that cue to swing on out. But right now, Fnatic down 10-3. FaZe Clan continue to barrel on forward, and if they can be finishing this half with any more than 10 rounds, that's more than they need. They've already got such a huge buffer.
Ready and willing. W will smoke himself off. Wants to play around that. The T's, however, oh, he's going to get trapped. This is the rock and hard play situation, and nice pre-aim from Nico, but JW's actually managed to get out of there. How does he get away with that? There is world-class players already ready to catch him out on the party exit, and still does manage to strafe his way into toilets. That's worked out lovely.
So they have double ops on the T side right now. Both Brokey and Olaf are using the big greens. Milking out utility now across the map, as we can see Fnatic only have 2 smokes and 3 flashes left to their name. Make that 1 smoke and 3 flashes, as we just see Flusher throw his on out. Still 45 seconds left on the clock. Smoke lasts for roughly 20 seconds, a little bit less.
So towards B they go. Nico gobbles that flash up for his dinner. Brawl in the meantime does make a meal of all of my
Another
stuff.
miss molly. That was meant to go towards barrels.
Okay, that was the barrels molly. In they go. MP9 from Kriaz doesn't quite do the necessary work. Brokey, however, catching gold and puts it all onto Flusher. Evades the flash. That bomb won't go down just yet because the head of Nico has been found. Now it's Rain. The wall bang. Not going to suppress Rain too much. Does soften him up, though, down to 40. JW likely capable of finishing if he catches a glimpse and he's quick. 2 versus 2 then. Cold Zero on short. It's not a fight that favors him with that AWP in play, but finds it, and now, oh, looking for the ninja. Oh, damage dealt. Flush is going to swing in and dealt with by Cold. 11 now for FaZe Clan on this T side. They are looking very comfortable in the chaos.
Yeah, and then going into this final round, well, Fnatic have absolutely no money left in the bank. They're going to have to go for a scrappy buy. It's where all the success started with the playground push.
That's true.
Catching Olaf with his pants on down there and isolating Cold Zero. So let's see if they want to go for some more aggression this time round. With some nice teamwork, or at least covering off each of those angles, right? They're having faith in your teammates. There's no better feeling than that, as when you run on in, you know he's covering a line and you're able to get your kill and he follows up with his own. So technical pause right now. Giggles, smiles, happy faces, and I can't really blame him.
I like it though. I like seeing FaZe smile. It's been a really tough year.
Losing sucks.
It really has been a tough year for them.
Is really not the funnest thing in the world.
I mean, you know, when you combine it and you think about it kind of logically, when you put your heart and soul into something and you're so publicly visible while doing it, yeah, it's a lot of pressures. You work really hard, and then your failures are celebrated by people as well as your successes. It's kind of a brutal world of professional Counter-Strike and competitive anything. I mean, just the beauty of esports is that everyone's watching.
It's the curse of stardom, I suppose.
Yeah, of course.
That's why I quit, so you can't be mean to me anymore, internet.
Well, they can.
Yeah.
And they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right, I get to be mean back.
Yeah, I guess that's the difference.
Yeah. Well, now they can only critique my words. Some people still reference my stats. Oh, it's
Do they really?
Yeah, I wasn't
It's
good.
like, what are your stats then, guys? What's your HLTV rating?
How many professional Counter-Strike matches did you play?
Yeah.
How many majors did you play in? Oh, 0?
0?
Oh, that's what I thought.
Get off your bloody soapbox then. 11-3 is the score as we take a technical. I'm not sure whose side it is. It might be, I'm seeing some interactions between... Okay, I've actually received word it's the TeamSpeak that's going to be playing up.
Okay, well, that's normally the biggest one, but normally that's players who just actually didn't set their microphone button or their volume levels properly. Midway into a game, I'm going to say it's like a little bit more more dire.
How many times do you reckon an admin has just had to come in and go, okay, what's the issue? Like, oh, okay, you got audio issues, right. So is your mic muted?
Is it plugged in?
Is it plugged in?
So the thing that I used to do with my guys was the first thing that I made them do when they were setting up, obviously after plugging in their peripherals, was get on TeamSpeak.
Right.
That was the first thing I made them do, because once that's done, I don't care how long they want to play aimbots for. They can do that until their hearts are content. Just make sure that you can hear me. It's kind of important.
Right.
Actually, probably the most important thing.
Like, let's just hang out on TeamSpeak as soon as we have our bums in seats.
Just turn
and
it
then
on.
you can go do whatever you want.
Exactly. That's
Okay.
all I ask.
That's the rules.
That should be the first thing that every professional player does after they plug in their peripherals.
Get on voice over internet protocol.
Yeah,
VoIP.
but we're on LAN.
Voice over intranet protocol.
Now we're rolling back the years. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't exist in the time of an intranet, back when computers were kind of making their way into schools,
Right.
my primary school had an intranet.
Yeah, what was on the intranet?
We did a project on Australian animals.
Like kangaroos,
Yeah, platypi,
tarantulas,
wombats.
wombats, koalas, the boa constrictors. Do you have them?
I don't know if we have boa constrictors.
You've got venomous snakes. I don't know if you've got any constrictors.
Yeah, brown snakes.
Brown ones?
Yeah, they'll kill you, man.
What a
They just
terrible
call it
name.
a brown snake.
You know, like if it's a scary snake, you should give it a scary name. Brown snake. It's like the least scary color.
Yeah, but we call it a red back spider. That's pretty bloody scary.
Red back.
Yeah.
Because it's got a red back, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah, quite literal.
But well, I've got to make sure I'm correct with this. But the redback spiders, as a kid, they always told us, oh, don't stay away from these ones, they'll kill you. Which as a kid, they would kill you. For an adult, you just get a pretty bad rash.
Okay,
And it's going to hurt a lot.
So don't have to worry about the red. You know what? I find the ones that have, like, those are the ones that make the little, they bury themselves in the ground and then jump out. You seen them? They're called
funnel web spiders.
Yeah, those, I find
Yeah,
them
we don't
scary.
have them in Perth.
Okay, good.
I was telling Harry's scared of spiders, and so is Jason Moses O'Toole, if anybody wants to send them any lovely gifts.
Yeah.
I was telling him in summertime in Australia, because we all have like tin roofs or colorbond roofs or whatever for our patios.
Sure.
The spiders, they sit up there in the roofs, but when it gets to like 40 degrees, it's too hot for them to stay in the roof. So what they do is they just dangle down in their webs. So when you like go out the back on like a really hot day, there's just like all these spiders hanging like piñatas.
I don't like that.
That's okay.
I just don't. I'm just not. It's a scary looking creature.
Once had one of the real big huntsmans, like the size of what's a decently sized thing? Maybe the size of a game fuel can. Maybe, but with the legs, so the body was like the size of a game fuel can.
Of a Mountain Dew amp game fuel can.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Damn,
and
that's
it was
big
a pretty
spider.
powerful spider too. I may have been drinking some game fuel itself, but I remember this spider, and it was sitting on we call it fly wire, so you don't let the flies in.
Yeah.
It was sitting on that, and our neighbor, our lovely neighbor, Margaret Cunningham, she's knee-high to a grasshopper, and she was over, and my mum was too scared, and I was about 8, so I wasn't
So
going
you
anywhere
weren't
near the
stepping
spider.
up.
So she beat it to death with a broom.
Wow. Okay. So that's some.
Shout out to Margaret.
Shout out to Maggie. I was actually, when you mentioned schools, I was
Yeah.
wondering if you've ever encountered the. We used to have a bus that toured the UK that had like a talking giraffe in it. I believe it was a puppet. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone's childhood.
Oh
out
no,
there.
we had the bus too.
You did. I
Yeah.
was wondering because the Commonwealth, we seem to have weird overlap,
Yeah.
even though we're on different sides of the planet. It was like a giraffe. I can't remember what it was teaching us. Well, maybe it was something important.
It was teaching us about the things not to do in life.
Right. It was like don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there was some sex education in there.
Definitely.
So the giraffe told us like, you know, all of the important things.
Yeah, but not very well, because half of those things I didn't remember and had to get re-educated on as an adult.
Yeah. So I guess maybe they need to do the giraffe bus.
Why
at
would you do a
universities.
giraffe? I'm not learning anything with a giraffe.
I learned an interesting fact about giraffes. You know that male giraffes.
Oh, you told me this
Yeah,
one.
they headbutt female giraffes in the bladder.
Yeah.
To check if they're fertile. So they're just like, have you seen how a giraffe headbutts?
It looks pretty violent.
It looks very violent.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like the average foreplay, that's for sure.
But I still don't... Yeah. All right.
11-3, the scoreline here at ESL Pro League, as we have got an extended technical pause. Welcome to the podcast. Chad, what would you call a podcast if we had one?
Globally offensive.
Oh, that's right, you do have one.
Well, but the idea is for us to do it on the road. I have the microphones now.
Welcome. This is episode 1 of Globally what is it, 3 now? 4?
Probably would be episode 3.
Episode 3 of the Globally Offensive podcast. You're listening to Alexander and Chadney.
My name is just Chad, for the record. That's not Chadwick. It's
No?
not anything
My
extended.
Scouse cousins call me Xander.
I hate it.
Yeah.
What is Scouse?
Oh, sorry, that's where, if you're from Liverpool, we
Yeah.
call them Scouse. They sound like, they go, seriously, like, what the you know, like that.
Okay.
Some chicken and a can of Coke.
Okay. Yeah, I may have seen some of those accents on
Stevie G.
like Geordie Shore or something.
Whoa, no. The Geordies and the Scouts are different? A different breed,
Are they like rival clans?
You could say that, yeah.
Do they both partake in the fake tan?
Oh, there's definitely fake tan, yeah. Yeah, and then if you want like the kind of the eyebrows, you go towards Essex.
What do you mean the eyebrows?
Well, there's a kind of a conversation to be had about British women and their eyebrows.
Are they tattooed on?
There's a lot of different. Oh god, I know too much about eyebrows. There's microblading. That's something.
I've seen that. Is that with the string?
No, that's threading.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's a great deal of pride attached to British women's eyebrows, and the guys in Essex, they kind of start overdrawing their eyebrows, so like the women that have those big kind of like caterpillars on the top. So poorly executed eyebrows are heavily critiqued, but there's a lot of great eyebrows out there. They're on fleek.
People at home, the only
women.
The only thing that you need to know about eyebrows is you need two.
Okay.
So
where are you going with this?
If you suffer from a monobrow, there is no shame in plucking it.
I can raise my hand. You can't see me, but I'm raising it. I have a semi-mono.
A semi-mono?
Yeah, as in like it's...
Occasionally hairs will creep in the middle.
It's just a bit... There's some additional shading.
Okay.
And I pluck that.
Okay. Well, considering how hairy I am, I don't. Occasionally I'll get like a stray hair, but I won't be getting too many other hairs there in the middle of my face. Now, we just saw Cold Zero reading Nico's strat book.
Yeah, I wonder what's in there.
Oh, I think Jodo was asking if he can go to the bathroom, but I think he just got told no.
No.
That's me guessing. I don't know. Maybe we could, because they're not allowed to talk right now.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Yeah. So the reason, should I tell the reason, the story behind why this is like this now?
Ooh, you want to just give them the inside scoop?
Well, it's my fault.
Oh, now that is definitely a story worth telling here at the Globally Offensive podcast for episode 3.
So obviously this is a rule that probably should have come into place anyway, but back at one of the minors that we played in Korea, a very poorly ran minor, mind you, we were in these booths and coaching was still kind of new at the time. And our coach, well, all of the coaches who were in the booths with us had laptops which were not connected to the network via a network cable. They were connected via the Wi-Fi.
Wireless internet connection.
So we're inside a booth which is meant to be soundproof. Now, Chatty B, he's called the pause and he can't hear his coach because the network is lagging.
So he just sounds like a robot. Like,
don't hear anything.
So guys, you
don't hear anything.
And then don't forget to...
So this is back then when, that would finish, the timeout would finish, and then we'd want to take another pause, but we couldn't because, the functionality was not the same back in 2015, 2016 as what we have these days, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you that much. So what would happen is, in the middle of the round that we would then be playing, his voice would all come through from everything that he wanted to say in that tactical timeout, just completely sped on through.
In the middle of a round.
In the middle of a round while we're playing. So when we had these issues and the network was obviously spiking and he couldn't speak to us, I would just take a pause. I just took the pause. And people at home, obviously because the casters weren't being fed what was wrong, they couldn't tell everybody at home what the situation that was happening.
Yep.
So people at home just thought that I was continuously taking technical pauses so that we could talk through tactics, which I wasn't doing. I was getting frustrated round after round after round after round after round of not being able to communicate with the coach and formulate the plan that we actually wanted to have.
Yeah.
So after that, they brought in the rule where you're not allowed to talk during technical timeouts, which makes a lot of sense.
It does.
Make a lot of sense.
I'm surprised it wasn't there sooner. I mean, when there's hundreds of thousands on the line and people's careers, kicking out a power cable for that one last conversation with your coach would be a very...
I wasn't kicking out any power cable.
No,
I just kept
I'm not saying
pauses.
you were, darling. I'm saying that that's something I'd like to make sure wasn't possible.
Oh, so that is a thing back in the day. Now, I won't name any names. There was many teams, many players who were rumored from specific regions, mind you, to be kicking out power cables or network cables after they lost rounds. So that because back in 1.6 we didn't have like a match medic or anything. So if you kick out the network cable and you drop on pistol round or in the first 3 rounds, you'd normally restart the game depending on the tournament and the rules.
Oh, okay.
So people would do that. Such scumbag stuff, absolutely scumbag stuff. But most of those, all of those players are no longer playing in a professional team.
There you go.
So
I had a different experience with power cables. I was playing just a fun little LAN. I was in a mix, I was just there to hang out, one of those social LANs.
Sure, never been to one of those.
No, well, that's what I was up to. And we kept, one of our players just, 3 of us just randomly would, our PCs would turn off in the middle of the match. We had to take, so sorry guys, 1 second, we need to work out what's going on. 3 times we've had to take a technical pause because 3 PCs were turning off. Okay. And it turns out that our SMG So basically,
Call of Duty, ladies and gentlemen.
This is Call of Duty.
Yep.
When he was rushing, when he would start his rush route, he would stamp his feet on the floor and he would kick out the power extension lead for 3 of our computers as every time he started to run.
That's kind of funny in hindsight.
Yeah. So shout out to Wellesley. We solved that mystery eventually.
Keep your feet still, mate.
And a fun fact for you, actually, one of the teammates I was playing with is now an ESL admin, and he's actually standing behind one of the teams.
Oh.
Yeah, Matt.
Shout out to Matt.
Matt Loftus.
Shout out to Matty L. Getting it done. Making sure everyone's following the rules, having a good time.
Small world it is. There's so many people that pass through the gates of Call of Duty 4 Pro Mod that are now doing big things in esports.
They're all British, so...
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. All over the shop.
What about, I got another one for you. So you
got?
know, like at most, well, definitely at all ESL events, and DreamHack as well, I assume would be under the similar rules.
Yeah.
About wearing trousers, not wearing shorts and flip-flops.
Is that a rule?
That's a rule.
I thought that was kind of because of the Dota guys, wasn't it?
I was a culprit of the shorts
yeah.
and the flippies back in the day, and then they started making people wear trousers all the time.
Yeah, I think the Dota community experienced that as well. I think after a couple of TI walkouts where they're wearing like their gym shorts and sliders.
Yeah.
For some reason, they didn't think that was aesthetically pleasing.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I like the teams who have like full matching kits. I always wanted to be in a team that had a full matching kit. Unfortunately, Monte Cristo could only fork out a red T-shirt with a logo probably the size of a 5-cent piece.
So, that's right, that tiny little renegade.
Yeah, so I don't know, but things must have been rough over there in the League of Legends household for them to only be able to get us that one. But we did have a cool jacket.
You did have a cool jacket. Do you still have it?
Probably at mum and dad's house.
Oh,
somewhere.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, my gaming shirts are just T-shirts with logos of JPEG printed off the back.
Okay, so I got a really cool one. Kind of, I don't want to say it's like a FaZe jersey. They're not as cool as a FaZe jersey, but the CGS jerseys were pretty cool. So the Sydney Underground one that we had, you had a number, and you had your name on the back, and it was a good one. But back then, Alex, when I was 18, I used to wear smalls.
Small?
Smalls.
I don't think I've ever worn a small. I think I came out the womb medium.
I couldn't believe I fit a small ever. When I looked, I was like, wait, this can't be my shirt.
No way, man. Small.
There's no way I fit into a small these days.
Actually, I looked at my gaming jersey, my first one. It is a medium. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I haven't worn a medium in a decade.
I used to have one of my gaming rooms in one of my places I stayed. I did hooks all around the room and put all my gaming shirts on all the hooks. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
We should probably do something like that at home.
We eventually.
Probably never.
You saw my recent edition. We've got a what is it?
It's a
M9 bayonet.
Yeah, that's quite nice.
Yeah, that's nice in the living room.
So what do we got now? We've got the TV. We have our skateboard that we did for the charity stuff with Movember.
Yeah, which was awesome, and you guys were very supportive. The Counter-Strike community raised $25,000 for charity.
It is Movember right now as well, so if you guys want to make a donation, I'm sure you can find the website closest to your home country. It's to do with men's mental health and cancer, I believe.
Yeah, it's a very important topic that's often under-discussed, so why not take a month to discuss it?
Yeah, we didn't do anything this year. I think we did it 2016. We didn't do anything 2017. We did it 2018. We're not doing anything 2019. So maybe we'll do it 2020.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, there's so many other plates spinning. It can sometimes be difficult to coordinate, but you can see Brolin's having a whale of a time, unable to speak, but still typing. I guess we'll give them some lacks.
Yeah, I think I think what they've done is they've maybe laxed the rules a little bit because of this weird timeout circumstance, and probably the fact that we still are in the first half and the scoreline's 11-3. So there's pointing. Oh, he's saying no typing?
No, stop having fun.
Okay. Oh, dear.
Stop having fun. You could
but
change
now Golden's typing. Look, I'm not the admin, but I'm just saying if I was the admin...
I'd be like, it's cool, man.
Just you're cool, bro.
Yeah, and I realize this is
But the thing is, we force them to speak in English so we know what they're saying.
Do you?
No, I'm just saying we should.
Oh, yeah, that would be good.
Because maybe, but you're winning 11. Yeah, you're losing 11-3. I'm pretty sure you're not discussing anything crazy right now.
No, and this is, of course, just the first map of our final series.
God damn it, why did we let Harry and Hugo go home?
I know, what have we done? We've taken this bullet for them. But reserved and patient, I've been told that it is close to being resolved, so we appreciate you guys at home.
So's Christmas, Alex.
For your patience. Christmas is around the corner. That makes me uncomfortable, man. I don't really remember this year.
No,
it's kind of flown by.
Yeah.
Feels like only yesterday we were doing Katowice, what was then? Cologne.
Yep.
Oops. And then the year ended.
Yeah, the year just finished.
Yeah.
We did Berlin.
That was great.
Yep.
Loved that.
That was good fun. So I'm not going to buy you anything for Christmas.
No, I'm not going to get you anything either.
Okay, good. I wish my parents were like that.
No worries, man. I mean, I might get you something like that if I see like a kind of a, I don't know, like a stuffed kangaroo. And it's
You're going to
like,
get me a stuffed kangaroo?
Like a meme, I don't know. I might get you something small. I'm going to like tell you that now. I don't just want to warn you. If there's something that I think you'd like, I might get it for you.
Okay.
I'm not like making a list. I'm not like actively thinking like,
sure, but if
God,
you see
what
it,
does Chad
if you
want?
See it, you might get it.
Yeah, because I mean, you are in a situation where if you want anything, you can just have it.
Yeah.
So the only way in which I could get you a gift, it would be if I saw something that I thought you'd like that you wouldn't otherwise buy yourself.
Yeah, more of like a sentimental gift.
Precisely.
And that's kind of what all my girlfriends who I dated always wanted. It's like sentimental, but instead, I threw money at the problem, Alex.
That's not how it works, man.
It doesn't work that way.
No.
You know what we could do?
What?
We could just get them to yell.
What, just shout?
Yeah. Like, to communicate, they could just yell.
And then we just can start the game. That would be a comical way to finish the day.
Or, here's one.
Oh, God,
so,
this would drive me crazy as a player, Chad. Not being
especially with the scoreline.
But not being able to talk and just having to sit there.
So back in the day, Alex, we ran some drills when playing.
Okay.
One of them was we'd play the game with no sound and only comms.
So you mute your games.
Yeah, so what you'd do is you'd play the round with only your teammates' voices. And the reason for that would be when you do a default, it would make you like more thorough. So you're no longer like, because people can get a bit skittish when they hear certain sounds and audio cues and then they'll over-rotate and stuff. When you don't know what's coming because of the audio, it makes you like laser focused on your crosshair and you kind of digest what your teammates are saying in a way that becomes gospel.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to flood the airwaves, but you also want to make sure that your communication is very precise because your teammates need precise information with no sound.
Do you know what I hate? Here's a call I hate.
Yeah.
B looks clear. Shut up.
Yeah, it's not
Shut
necessary.
Up then. Let clear it and then go tell me B's clear.
Yeah. It's not necessary to say, oh, no noise tunnels. Yeah, but you don't know what's in tunnels. We don't need to know what isn't happening. We only need to know what is happening.
Yeah. Long looks clear, and then suddenly 3 flashbangs, and I've already started rotating off.
Yeah.
Screw you, man.
And then what else we got? We got the one you could do with playing with no utility.
Oh.
Much harder
What's the thought process there?
Because what it is doing is it's making you just focus on your crosshair instead of getting caught with grenades out all the time.
I'm starting to notice a trend that these were you trying to make players focus on their crosshair more.
Yeah.
Because you think that it can sometimes get a bit polluted by all the extra circumstances, all the extra stimuli.
You can start to rely on utility as a crutch, like in the sense of instead of just saying gun on and backing your aim and backing the fact that you are you can hit a headshot, you'll just be sitting there with a nade out ready to throw that instead of taking a fight. And that's something that I notice a lot with in-game leaders, especially myself. Happened with I stopped focusing on my crosshair and I started focusing on how I could always help my teammates and make myself as useful as possible, which is a terrible thought process because you're useful by killing the bad guys.
Yeah, right. I understand, and I think I'm actually probably in the utility crutch camp right now. Actually,
yeah.
The amount of times I get caught pulling out a nade is embarrassing.
It's not fun.
I saw the stats actually. It was interesting that the top 2 players that were caught with utility in their hands in Beijing were Stan and Glaive, both leaders, both game leaders.
It's because you're normally the first. You normally play rotator positions, and you're normally the first one who you've already solved the puzzle before your teammates have even thought, "Hey, we're solving a puzzle," right? So, that tends to be the case where you're assisting other individuals, but. We're still paused, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Everybody would like the game to be underway. Not just us, not just the players, not just you at home. Everybody in the Counter-Strike world.
Caster, stop talk. Start game.
Maybe we could get some people to tweet stuff at us. You could send, what is it?
I don't have my phone, so tweet at Sponge. That's S-P-U-N-J.
And we got the hashtag ESL Pro League, and you can use at ESLCS.
All of those will work. And we'll be able to see if you'd like to throw a conversation into the Globally Offensive Podcast Episode 3 that has sporadically started here live during what has been a long technical pause. We're working on it, and we appreciate your patience.
Yeah, so I've had someone actually tweet at us based on that conversation already, and he said, I just discovered Sponge's podcast on Spotify, and they're all over an hour long. I can't wait to enjoy these during my long drives. The thing is, they're quite outdated, my friend.
Yeah.
We did them much earlier in the year, and we wanted to do video as well as audio. The problem is on the road, that's very, very difficult. So,
not with my fancy new camera. Maybe with our powers combined.
Oh my God, we've actually got all the tech.
Yeah,
we
and
just need
it's got a wide lens as well.
We actually don't need internet. We can record it and upload it like within an hour.
Yeah.
We don't
and
need
it
to do
shoots
it
in
live.
4K. We can give you that 4K 24mm lens.
So we've got everything we need.
Yeah.
Because I've got the H6, which
Ow.
has 4 XLR inputs as well as a microphone on the end. I have 3 handheld mics with stands that I purchased.
So what do we talk about? What would people be
Exactly
interested
what
in?
we're doing right now.
Is there interest for just people talking?
100%.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, without a doubt, the thing is, it would loosely be Counter-Strike themed because we're Counter-Strike commentators.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we would struggle to not talk about Counter-Strike at some point.
Yeah, but I don't think it's driven in that direction. I think
it's not a death segment.
No, it's not. It's with and that we do a lot of things that I think are funny.
God, yeah, but then we would have to have probably about a 6 or 7 hour conversation about what we can and can't talk about.
No, because what we would do.
How do we know where the line is, Chad?
Because if we're not doing it live, what we'd do is we'd send it to Mr. Rushley 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Our current observer.
Our
Actually,
current
Jakey.
observer.
Shout out to Jakey.
Yeah, Jakey's up there right now, hitting the digits. Rush is just doing the replays. Well, not just doing those replays are very important.
Yeah, what was that patronising prefix?
Sorry, Rush. But yeah, Rush, we get Rush to listen to it and say, hey guys, you got to cut this bit out and this bit.
Oh, okay.
But I think we could say whatever we wanted.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's the only slight caveat to that would be personal preference, what you're personally comfortable sharing. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to start a podcast called Be My Therapist, and I would get a different person who I know within the realms of esports to come on and listen to all my problems and tell me why I'm an idiot.
Ooh. I mean, I'm down for an episode, bro.
Yeah, because I don't know.
I've got loads of problems. Want to share? We can share problems. Yeah, okay.
I think that'd be a fun one because we all have issues and we could all talk through them and it might make things a little bit easier in life.
I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. I think I need to get on the podcast train. Not necessarily in making one. That sounds like a good idea anyway. But I mean, in terms of
listening to.
Yeah, I mean, I could be every single stereotypical 20-something and listen to the Joe Rogan podcast and.
Well, he has a very wide range of guests. I know that there's certain colleagues of ours who pigeonhole Mr. Rogan and judge the listeners. But as someone who enjoys listening to a lot of different podcasts, I find that Joe Rogan's podcast is good for you can learn a lot of different things.
Yeah, he's got a wide spectrum of guests. I think my favorite guy so far that I managed to catch was the guy who had a hat made out of mushrooms. He was talking about
that was recently.
How intelligent mushrooms are.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Well, that's stuff that Anders likes to listen to. He's all about that.
Oh God, yeah. I would pay good money to have Anders on a regular podcast.
Just quickly, we have a bunch of tweets coming on.
Oh,
through
hello,
here.
hello.
My favorite one. Let me find it. Where are we? Oh wow, there are a lot of tweets here.
Nice one. Hello guys, welcome to the Globally Offensive
My favorite
podcast.
one is from Vishal.
Vishal, shout out
and
to Vishal.
Vishal says, "@Sponge sucks anyways."
Ah, there we go.
So that's what I'm used to getting.
It's a huge contribution. Love those.
But no, we honestly have a lot of tweets here. There's easily 50 tweets.
What? Okay, is there any conversation starters?
Holy moly.
Any catalysts to conversation
I feel like I have to start at the beginning.
Start at the very beginning.
Okay, so. Oh my God, someone's called me a boomer.
Yeah. Wow,
okay.
That's creative. They come up with that on their own.
Okay, someone has said, let's go through. So someone has said, stop talking. That's not going to happen. Favorite animal in the 100 Thieves roster?
Favorite animal?
JKS.
Yeah, he's nuts.
I like little Juzzy. So yeah, someone called me a boomer.
I do love that JKS is still doing what many said he would be doing. He was painted to be the Australian star, and now as Australia is in the top 5, by the way, he's still doing what he's done now for probably 4 or 5 years of Tier 1 Counter-Strike.
Well, I was talking to him the other day, and I was saying to him, his style of play back when we were competing is what everybody's playing now, the very slow, methodical, kind of sit and wait and let the moments come to you. Whereas back in my day, I liked the faster brand of Counter-Strike, and that wasn't really up Justin's alley. That's why he was more of the lurker on the team, in a very get-right-esque role. What else we got here? We got someone asking who's going to win. Well,
I think FaZe.
How long is a piece of string?
Are going to win this map.
Nutella with or without butter? Is this even a question?
Why would you ever put butter with Nutella?
I don't know, but maybe, so without. That one's a quick one.
Yeah, gosh. What? Butter before your Nutella? Maverick.
Sponge, tell me what tilted you the most during your career. What tilted me the most during the career was when I was actually being quite good and having a bit of impact for a middle period there in 2015 after we beat NIP and Fnatic at Gfinity. That the next event we were going to, I believe, we were on the aeroplane and they nerfed the M4A1S as we were on the plane, and we didn't have any prac rooms or anything. And I was a real big fan of the M4A1S. And,
So they gutted your weapon.
Yeah, that kind of sucked. But that probably wasn't the biggest thing that tilted me. Bro, Sponge, I currently can't sleep. Any recommendations?
I do.
Yeah, which one?
So if you can't sleep, I think there's a lot of things you can do.
Sure.
And I've been experimenting with some of them recently. I think the first thing is, unfortunately, it's all obvious stuff.
Like
stuff
getting off
that
your phone?
Yes. Stop tweeting, Sponge.
Yep.
Put your phone down.
Read a book.
Anything that's not got blue light shining directly into your eyeballs with all of the information the world has ever accrued directly accessible to you at all times.
Don't do any exercise now, assuming it'll make you fall asleep within half an hour, though.
Don't
That'll
eat any
keep you awake.
carbohydrates.
Okay.
Like, cut out the carbs before you want to go to bed.
So unfortunately, these are just things that you have to fix in your general life, not just to sleep.
No, but if you want to sleep real fast right now, my recommendation is just turning all the lights out and just thinking about us, listening to us, and we'll send you straight to sleep.
People tend to have a real hard time turning their brain off, and I think that, look, this doesn't go for everybody, but the way that I make it so that I don't have anything left to think about when I'm in bed is by doing as much as I possibly can during the day, so that I'm actually exhausted come into the day.
I've found, and I am no expert in this field, but I've found meditation to be a really effective way of
using an app.
Asleep. No, I hate that. The guy's voice is really patronizing,
okay.
and he thinks he's better than me, so I don't use the app. But what I do is just, I mean, it's not hard. You don't need someone to walk you through it.
No.
All you have to do is just every time your mind wanders, return to focusing on the inhale and the exhale. You can do it anyway, like ones and zeros, whatever you want to call it. Just inhale, exhale.
Okay.
And you keep focusing on that. Every time you start wandering, you just acknowledge it's happened and then return to the breaths.
Okay.
And I find that if I'm actually militant about that and it's a skill you develop, I'm still really bad at it. My mind wanders a lot, but even that, just forcing it back to the breaths, usually I find the morning comes quicker.
Sure. Okay. Well, we've got one coming in here asking what my favorite color is. I'm a 30-year-old man. We stop having favorite colors at about this age, so.
I remember thinking that was going to be a big part of like life, you know, like knowing what your favorite things were.
What's your favorite number?
Yeah, what's your favorite number? Oh, I mean, obviously 7, and then I'd go home and be like, I think it's 8.
Yeah, I don't think that that plays into it for us, unfortunately. What else we got here? What are they saying in the in-game chat? I don't know. We're not in the GoTV, so we can't give you that one. What's happening right now, we're having issues with the TeamSpeak, ladies and gentlemen, so we should have this one back up way any moment.
TeamSpeak is a funny one, isn't it?
Don't you dare say we should use Discord.
No, I'm not that guy, chill. I'm just saying that it's kind of funny. Like, I mean, we say TeamSpeak. That is actually like a brand, right? That is a company. Rain's celebrating. It's a product. Thank you. But they don't sponsor anything. Yeah. It's used everywhere.
What do you want to call it? Voice communication program?
No, I'm just saying, like, why is TeamSpeak not like a bigger presence in esports? Why isn't the guy that owns this thing making money from it?
I guess it's a bit like MIRC.
Yeah, like open source.
Yeah, we all just use. That's the thing, because we kind of just go to what is free and accessible for everybody, and then someone will come along and put a paywall up and make their own version of it.
There was a lot of attempts, you know. I remember. Gosh, I mean, they used to sponsor Fnatic even. It was like Fnatic Raid Call. We've had Mumble come through. Ventrilo, that was what I used to raid World of Warcraft on.
That was a good one.
Vent. God.
Who else we got here?
You said you had 50 messages. Are they all just abuse?
No.
Okay.
There might be more now. What the hell? Sponge, tell us how much you're earning. You don't ask anybody that, mate. You got to get your bloody dinner etiquette up. You don't talk about politics or how much money people earn. What is your favorite sushi type? You don't like sushi, do you?
No, but I have had some enjoyable experiences with the accoutrements of sushi.
Okay.
You know, like I'll enjoy some edamame.
Okay.
Edamame.
Edamame. Yeah.
Those are nice.
You like kimchi?
Kimchi's delicious.
Yeah.
That doesn't normally come with sushi, does it? That's more of a KBBQ kind of situation.
You can work it out.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try. But yeah, no, not a sushi boy.
I like so it's not really sushi. But in all the Western countries that I tend to visit and live in, or have lived in, they do like a katsu roll. So it's like chicken katsu in the roll with like some avocado and the seaweed and a nice bit of mayo on top. So it's not really sushi, but it's pretty delicious. When was your first kiss and what was it like?
Mine was on the bus to Wales, school trip.
Yeah.
And I kissed a girl in the seat forward, between the gap of the seats.
Okay.
Really exciting.
Okay.
What was yours?
It was the first girl I ever dated.
Okay, nice. So like last week?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember how or where or I don't.
Got none of that info? That's kind of sad, actually.
Yeah, I know whom.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, but I don't remember anything.
Maybe you hit her up and see if she can give you...
No, I'm good.
No?
No,
All right.
I'm cool.
When was your first kiss? I haven't even thought about that. Oh, we got another one from Aaron Jacobson. He says, at Sponge, you and Alex are genuinely... Oh, it's a compliment. Thank you. My two fave casters, and I'm enjoying this podcast quite a bit. Thank you, Aaron Jacobson.
That's very nice.
He's the first of his name. Aaron Jacobson 7, Aaron Jacobson 8. They're just watching in the wings, waiting for their time in the sun. I'm waiting for my time to cast this bloody game. What's the situation?
Here's one.
Yeah, go on.
What is a fear you had as a child that still remains with you today? Commitment.
You were scared of commitment as a kid?
No, I was scared of sharks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What was I scared of as a kid?
Are you scared of like something in the closet?
No, I'm still scared of snakes though.
Okay.
Something about them, they just seem...
Apparently it's the way that they move. It's the same with spiders' legs, Harry was saying.
Oh, okay.
It just seems so unnatural to the human brain that it freaks people out.
It's just that, like, and also reptiles, like they aren't the same as mammals, right? Like they don't have the same emotional capacity.
They're cold-blooded.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like they genuinely just don't, like they'll acknowledge you because you feed them.
Yeah.
But like they're in my mind just not at really something I want to associate.
Yeah,
with.
well, so you know, I dated a girl with a snake.
Yeah, I do that.
And she would put this. It was a boa constrictor. Still is a boa constrictor. I assume it's still alive.
Yeah.
But she put it like on her shoulders. Now,
look, man.
A constrictor.
Yes.
Does one thing.
Right. It constricts.
And I'm with you in the realms that they probably don't have any emotions. No. So even though that she was the one to feed the snake, it probably doesn't care.
I mean, I'm sure it does because it's like, well, like if I was to constrict, I wouldn't get that delicious.
Well, then it could have eaten the 2 cats and the dog. I'm sure it would have had plenty of things to eat.
Yeah, and then, well, I mean, I think snakes can see, and you know, they think about the future. They're forward-minded.
Yeah, okay, all right.
They're planning their futures. Definitely.
We might be able to get 1 or 2 questions in here.
That's funny. The idea of a snake planning for its future, planning for its retirement. You know. Death and taxes, man.
What else we got here?
That's the future.
Not feeling well this morning. Aussie chick. Oh, hold up. I should read this one through.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just a nice one.
Oh.
Just our play 01 is just saying that our chat is cheering them up. So that's good. I'm glad that we can be of service in one way.
Being sick sucks. Can I just actually, everyone that's listening right now?
Okay.
Take a deep breath. If you're not sick, take a deep inhale through your nose and appreciate it. Because when you have a blocked nose, you look back and you go, I never appreciated it, man. Like I didn't even acknowledge how great it was to be able to breathe through my nose on demand.
I've been taking like multivitamins, and I was taking this thing. I ran out of it. It's called Shroom Tech from Onnit. It's one of their products.
You're doing a lot of these free shout-outs, Chad.
Well, I'm hoping that maybe
this is not the business model.
Maybe
it's not how it works.
Onnit hears me. And
yeah, but if you're doing it for free, why would they ever want you to do it for money?
Well, when they realise the capabilities I have, maybe they'll think, oh, we can get behind this. But I haven't been sick in a while, so maybe...
shout out to the mushrooms.
Maybe that's been helping me.
Do you know what I have a problem with mushrooms is that there's just so many and they all have weird different textures. Like I can't say...
I don't like eating them.
I can't blanket say I like mushrooms, but like I'm partial to like a portobello. But like I'm scared. I can't just blanket say I like mushrooms in the same way I say I like, I don't know, carrots.
Carrots are great.
Because there's just, carrots are carrots. Did you know carrots used to be purple, by the way?
You can still get purple carrots.
And the Dutch king had them bred orange. I don't know if you can breed vegetables in the same way, but yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Who has the best beard of all CSGO players?
God, that's a good question. I mean, in terms of iconic beards, Forest wins. Who?
Havoc.
Oh, Havoc.
Now, people might not remember it. Well, we're back underway.
What? Counter-Strike?
Here we go.
Excuse me? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I present to you FaZe Clan versus Fnatic. It's round 15, the first half of our first map of our final series of the second stage of our 10th season of the ESL Pro League. We're back to the games. Let's get into it. And already a tag with a scout.
Let's have some more of that, Alex. As JW here will be flashed on off the line. We'll be tagged on up and aggression will be coming on through. And 2 kills for FaZe will hit the board, make that 3.
We're going to take a break 30 seconds after getting back into the game. Unless Flusher and Brolin have something to say about it. 18 frags to Coldzera's name. He's going to try and find the 19th here. Dueling with Brolin. And actually, my goodness, gets one on the reposition. He is going to be hunted down, though. And so all onto Flusher. looking for the 1v3. Tagged up, they've been softened up for his M4, and he has managed to get on the scene in time. Coldzera, first to fall, now on the hunt. Flush is aware that that's going to be enough to start sending them packing, and so look at this, like a bloodhound, nose to the floor. He starts his pursuit, they're already on their way. They're going to make it all the more clear as the utility starts to barrage into the B site. A smoke from Flush is to try and give them the false idea that he is further back than he is.
He's a very, very wise man, Mr. Flusher. That should be enough to make them think he will be rotating from CT spawn for... Oh, never mind. He's been heard.
You can do it quietly, you can do it silently, but Flusher, a little bit more of elephantitis. Oh, finds the angle onto Olaf and the info on the other one. Surely not a 1v3 from Flusher. Rain. Oh! See you later, nerd. Flusher plays the waiting game. You can see through the walls, I swear. That's gorgeous, and a fantastic fourth for Fnatic before the break.
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking with us. Thank you for watching that lovely little highlight there to round out the first half. We'll be back with no technical issues after the break, so don't go anywhere.
Subdivide. I'll show you how it's done. There's no side to be inside. The man is the one. You build your walls, faith in God. They never come around. Then wonder why we all defy the burden to be born. We're coming home with a mission to bring an end to a terrible land. We are here to your mission. We are many of one. We're coming home with a mission to tear you down from your undeserved throne. We can take your conviction. We are many of one. You may call it a virus, but we call it the antidote. It's an answer to silence. The future is here to revolt. Yeah!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is FaZe vs Fnatic. Overpass. The first half has concluded, albeit a little later than we anticipated. Somewhat of a technical hitch to get us back underway, though. We did get to see a revolting clutch from Flusher to put an important round on the board for Fnatic. If you're wondering what's on the line here, it's not a spot in the Pro League finals. Both of these teams are off to Odense later. I was going to say this month. I think it's actually just the start of the next.
Yeah.
But myself
within a month.
And Sponge here, residing to provide you with all of the action as it continues to unfold. You got a feeling this could get closer, Chad?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think if Fnatic don't grab this pistol round right here, it might be over very, very quickly. However, FaZe have had a few issues against 4 spies over the last couple of tournaments they've been in. As you can see here, we've got the odds on your screen. FaZe still the heavy favourites. And, well, Rain's going to kick things off in the same fashion he did in the early gun rounds of the first half. And now Fnatic will find themselves in a 4-on-5 scenario. Still with the utility in the hands of Golden. Smoke and 2 flashes. Never mind. They continue to drop like flies. And now it will have to be the A attack through long and Olof ready and waiting.
I'm not sure you can say that anymore, Chad. It's discriminatory to flies.
Oh.
Yeah. Dropping like it's hot is what you're allowed to say, and that was pretty damn hot. Nico wrapping it up with a double. Olof putting the cherry on top, and you can see smiles all around for the FaZe gang. Synergy, not only in their haircuts, but in the server as well.
Yeah, this haircut hopefully won't be in fashion for too much longer. I'm not saying I don't like it.
Yeah, hang on a second, man. I'm pretty sure I'm rocking something similar.
Yeah, I know, but I just think it's been around for long enough now, and we should move on to the next set of haircuts.
What do you want, a mullet back?
I wouldn't mind the mullet back. Maybe we could get some perms going.
Odd. Okay, boomer.
Yeah, well, you know, I just want to see some
variation,
some new things going on.
Sure. I mean, I just like the.
I want dreadlocks.
You've always wanted dreadlocks. And then I was told that they're basically just knotting your hair, and the natural grease creates long strands, and you have to kind of not wash it, but wash it.
Sounds like my hair. Anyway.
It's a lot of maintenance, yeah. Actually, yeah, you're pretty ready to go. And actually, so it was Rain and Olof, aggressive on long. The stance, however, has been greeted by the Deagle of the Fnatic stand-in. Kriaz gives them a fighting chance. There will be rifles to retrieve.
2 M4s being picked up. That was both purchased into the round. Very aggressive over towards A, which is now going to give the weapon advantage somewhat in the favor of this Fnatic roster. Even though it is a 3-on-3, you can see that an MP9 for Cold means he has to play at close ranges. Nico, the only other rifle getting up close towards long. This is going to be a big fight right here. Will get swung on. Flusher grabs the frag. Gets put down to 6 HP. Sorry, 17 HP. He is number 6. And Cold now to mop on up as Brokey wants to make a bit of a flankaroonie.
Yeah, it's looking good for Cold, actually. And the timing is just perfect. The only man standing. Flusher. 1 bullet from the UMP of Brokey will confirm it. But he's not going to spray sporadically into the smoke instead. It's time for a battle of the brains.
Oh, Brokey has really struggled in these situations, mainly on the T side where he's had late round scenarios to plant the bomb, but it's always seemed to have opted to go for the kill.
All he has to do is not move, essentially, right? Like you win the round 90% of the time if he just stays exactly there. Flusher hoping
There's no way he clears this, surely.
No, not with 12 seconds left. Slowly. No, Brokey about to just charge in, and you hate to see it. Flusher has played him like a fiddle or something a little bit more of the times. Played him like a, what's a modern day instrument? I don't even know.
A banjo.
Yeah, that's right.
A saxophone.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, the problem here is if you're going to... Uh-oh.
I didn't like that. That looked like an admin.
Just came out. If you're going to commit to a bomb site that heavily, and for good reason, because he went to the site, he fake planted, you knew that's where he was last spotted, you may as well wait till the bomb goes down as opposed to trying to rotate and catch him early. That's what Brokey was doing. I was like, well, there's 10 seconds left. He hasn't started planning. He can't be here. Well, that's the wrong attitude to have, especially against somebody like Flusher. And now as we are seeing...
Did he... I'm sorry, I wanted to actually hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
It was 25 seconds when Flusher faked, right? It was 25 seconds when Flusher did the fake on A site.
Yep.
Brokey would have heard the steps if Flusher had gone like bank side or CT side to A. So did he even have time to go toilets connector silently? Like surely Brokey's paranoia was misplaced. The only way he could have...
If he went through bank or CT.
Right.
But like I'm saying, the paranoia at that point, because you've committed so heavily with no information.
Because you're staring at the floor,
you should just commit to that decision.
Okay.
So his paranoia comes in because like there's no way he's waiting this long.
Yeah, which you forget who you're playing against at times. Flusher, he has got such a... I keep using the word affinity. I should be careful, but
He's got a big brain.
I'm not misusing it here. Yeah.
There's a big brain.
He certainly does. Big brain gaming. And I think, you know, looking back at that Katowice performance from him is one of my fondest Counter-Strike memories of just someone taking full control of a game.
That was a great match.
Oh, what a game it was.
Let's see if FaZe can bounce back with a force buy of their own. I just mentioned that they have had their woes, they have had their struggles, and well, it's cropped up once again. With a commanding lead right now with a 12-5, you shouldn't be too worried if you're a fan of the international roster, not just a European roster. Quite Worldly is bringing in Cold Zero from Brazil.
Lovely shot from Nico. The fact that he's staying on that boost as well. It's Brave. Smoke from Flusher. And now, oh, another opportunity. Hard shot to hit.
Don't go
Flusher
again.
will send him away. And finally, they'll be forced off. Golden, he's going to be sent on a scouting party just on his own. The shots don't quite land. And now Rain, ooh, finding the head. The third is the charm. Leaves just 3 members of Fnatic with 30 seconds left. Things are actually going to start getting a little awkward. Flusher with the AK. They're sending one long. 20 seconds, and Rain, he's going to get the info on the next swing. He's going to get more than info. He's going to get blood. Now, pressured from JW. How is Rain still alive? He's doing it all with this Deagle, and more! A third from Rain with the Deagle, and FaZe win the force.
5 alive, showing the jazz hands here at FaZe Clan, keeping everybody up. Now, that is the downfall of the playstyle that Fnatic go for. Now, when we talk about this team, we say they're very individually skilled. They play off each other very well in the mid-rounds. They never seem to panic. But one of the ways that they get into these scenarios is by backing themselves in individually, spreading out across the map, fanning out very, very thin. And what that means is no trade potential. You saw here with the kill onto Golden, there was no one close. There was nobody even in arm's reach to potentially help, to nade, to take any of that territory back. And when he goes down and it becomes a 3-on-5 situation, well, at that point, Fnatic are in a very, very difficult position. They will force buy it once again. Everything they've got, only $50 left in the hands of Golden. Everyone else is fully invested, so we have some Deagles out to play once again with JW on the CZ and a little bit of utility. But this is just going to be feel your way through, see if you find a pick, and try and snowball from there. You can't have too much of a game plan. You actually need to force them back with these Deagles towards long, toilets.
Do you think there'd be a benefit when practicing, preparing and trying to get better as a player, not necessarily just as a professional, to have like bots running around the map and somehow have X-ray on with, you know, like SV cheats or something, just so you could understand where people's heads and bodies are actually through those walls? So
there used to be maps in 1.6 which actually had see-through walls so you could learn all the spams.
Because that's what I need, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm probably just shooting way over their head on, like, you know, that Deagle wallbang Flusher was doing towards short. That's what made me think about it. Like, I'm probably doing it wrong. Yeah,
look, a lot of those things there, it's all about the reps. It's like anything in life, right? It's all about the reps of knowing where they're most likely to peak or those angles, and that's through the playing. But I definitely don't. No one should cheat. But I've talked to players in the past who have cheated, not professionals. Just this is just a mop-up round, ladies and gentlemen. It should be over pretty quickly. But who have said, you know, that it does help them with those exact things that you were mentioning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it shows you exactly kind of how they swing around the corner, which is something which you're not considering as a player, swinging around the corner, of them knowing what it looks like for you to actually be coming for that peak. So especially with Jiggle peaking now today as well, and those little bits and pieces coming into play. But yeah, you could use something like draw other models or those bits and pieces.
Exactly. I think that's something you could probably benefit from.
The problem is bots movement is so clunky that you might not get too much from that.
Get some well-trained bots. That could be our team name, actually, Chad.
It might just be Fnatic force buying out the rest of this game.
Yeah, it does feel like this one might be all said and done. But let's see if the force here from Fnatic can change my mind. Nico will take the first fight, relatively painless for him. And Flusher, despite holding his signature sidearm, unable to make an impact in round 20. Brothers in arms. Holding down the A site, 3 of them, in fact, invested into this part of the map, and that is where the Fnatic side look to throw their resources, albeit limited. 2 flashes and a smoke grenade. JW hanging back will fire off the warning shot and be responsible for the flank. Oof, damn, Rain. He catches a bullet. Doesn't go down to 27. And some early damage done, chipping away at FaZe, but Rain standing vigilant as another one falls. Kriaz now on the chopping block, and it's all down to JW. Doesn't have anything he can retrieve, and really anything he can do. The bomb's loose on the site. They're playing above the smoke, and it's likely going to be Rain. Suppressing fire eventually does connect. And so 15 to FaZe as they look to pick up the first map here. Still all smiles, not going to be thrown off too much by that extended break.
No, and they're professionals at this point. They've been through many a pause, many a moment of not being able to talk, and look, there's still something to play for, but it's not all the marbles, so you're not going to be too tilted that, oh, you know, you've lost all your momentum and whatnot. This is their map choice. They had a commanding lead on the T side. We're going into round number 21, potentially the last of the game. As you can see here, that force buy streak is continuing for Fnatic. They will have a couple of SMGs, a couple of Deagles, and a little flurry of grenades, but once again, relatively spread out across the map, not committing anywhere early, and, well, FaZe, they'll take the initiative, get on aggressive, and again, the flash assist for Nico, who's been very proficient with those this game.
He certainly has. I'll have to check the stats at the end of it, but pushing in for now. It does look like Golden's going to be able to level the odds and even upgrade, taking that M4 and going to likely push it aggressive. Can be the spearhead of the assault, but paranoid that some CT aggression has occurred. It will be a little slow one. Loving the pop flash from JW. That goes straight out the window. What a fun experience this must have been for Kriaz as well, albeit a little stressful, and woof, you can't even see him. Nico, the ghost, beheads another. Golden gone. And he's not stopping anytime soon. Lines up another 2. Double kill brings him to 3, and just J-Dubs left alone. Pick up the bomb. Pick up that M4, and oh, he had the element of surprise just for a moment. Mac 10 will do nothing, and Nico will secure the first map win. FaZe comfortable on Overpass, and it was their map pick. That's something not to be forgotten.
Yeah, it took a little bit longer than it probably should have, but these things do happen. FaZe looking strong, looking hot to trot against the Fnatic with that stand-in of Kriaz.